Woohoo! What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Ready to get our tier 4 basic on, man? I'm ready for it, at least. Alright, anyway. We gotta tweet out real quick. Dearest at Marvel Champions. PSA. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is now on Netflix. Yes, I am now live. Okay. You know what though? Hold on, let me look. What year did it came out? In 1990. Okay. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 1990, is now on Netflix. All right, tweet. All right. What up, everybody? Shark signing over 2 already, saying, saying, use Quake or call police. Thanks, man. Appreciate the 2. Oh, man. Some of those messages were getting pretty funny, I gotta say. It's the little things. It's the little things, man. Slap! That was the worst slap ever, possibly. But I felt a cough coming on, so that's how it had to be. Need some water. All right. Shark, thank you very much for the 2. Kevin C, first one in here. Followed by Anders, Largest World, Big Joe, Jay Bailey, Joe Ma, sup. So yeah, today just got to do that tier 4 basic grind. Plus, just got 70 energy back. It's time to go and finish up Masters first. The final quest in Masters. About time. Finish this up for the month. And then I can do the, what's it called thing, finally. You know, the thing. Let's get rid of all these guys. Who do I want to use to clear through this quest quick? I guess we'll use Stark Spidey. And Nick Fury. Nick Fury plus... Oh, I guess I'm not running suicides. I don't need that. Huh. That's weird. I'm always running suicides, man. Alright, well, let's just throw in a bunch of champions then, eh? Bunch of oddballs. Sure. Go with this team. Maybe I should have thrown Blade on the team. Excuse me. Oh, God. Why? Why? The cough needs to stop. A couple more super chats. Shark sent it over another 2 saying re-slap or call police Mr. Hollywood Grant. Wow. You know what? Because the first one was so bad, I agree. Slap. Alright, there we go. Shark, thank you for the now 4. Joe Sands sent it over 2 as well, saying how much you think arenas are going at. Can you be more specific, Joe? Which arena are you talking about? What rewards are you talking about? I'm not sure what you're talking about. There's many arenas in this game. Please specify which one you're talking about, and then I will try my best to answer. Alright, let me run off. Yeah, it's just this outside path. Alright, cool. Let's go clear this out real quick. Let's clear it out. Use 4 stars to get through this quest. But I have 5 stars available. Why on earth would I use 4 stars? Is that Cade? Oh man, hearing that slap sends ghost shivers down my bee cheeks. Oh man. Cade, what's up, dude? How you been, man? Hope all is well. Good to see you. Right, get out of here, Psylocke. I got time for your shenanigans. Joe sent over another 3, saying any arenas with 4 stars, cause I am behind. Well, right now there's no arenas going for like 4 stars, kind of. It's just Sunday, right? But the 4-star featured arena last round, I believe, went for a little over 6 million. The basic, we know. Does anyone know what the basic 4-star arena went for? Stealth Spidey. Let me see if I could find any kind of results right now. 2.5 got Spidey. 2.2 did not get Spidey. Wow, 2.35 didn't get Spidey. He went high. He went pretty high. Yeah, looks like 2.5 definitely got Stealth Spidey. Possibly a little bit lower. Really surprised that 2.35 didn't get him. Keaton saying 2.4 got Stealth Spidey. So it looks like that's about what he went for. So yeah, if you're looking to get the actual champions, it seems to be what it was. 2.4 for Stealth Spidey and a bit over 6 for the 4-star featured. Of course, if you're just going for milestones, then you know it's a different story and all that. But looks to be what it was. Hopefully that's what you were talking about, Joe. Thank you very much. Bell Snickles sent in over 5. Dude. Oh my goodness, Colossus. That damage. Bell Snickles saying, read last. Okay, alright. Let me see if there's a Bell Snickle in the chat. Shark also sent in over another buck as well. Alright, I'm not saying egocentric, but I am amazing, and it's my birthday. Happy birthday to me. Now give me cake. Okay. One magical piece of cake coming right up for you. Thank you very much. Lakers bodyguard. I mean Bell Snickle. I mean Lakers Bell Snickle. And Sharks sending over another as well, saying, can you explain Highlander rules? Because I have the club. Can I explain Highlander rules? Well, Highlander rules is basically if Shark wants it, he gets it. Something like that. For the big D. That's the short version, at least. I think it's all 5 right now, though, right? 5's all around. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Triple-headed $5 D. Thank you. Alright, let's keep this going, man. Venom, sure, why not? Sup, BG? How's your day, man? It was good. Got a path done in itemless, so it's always a good time when I can do that. Alright. Get out of my face, Annihilus. That was beautiful, Brian. Okay, Shark. Glad I did it justice. Joe Sand sending over 2 more saying, I'm Big D. Alright. You are indeed. Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate the now 7. Thank you. Hold that thought, because Shark sending over 20 saying Highlander rules, baby. Yeah, see, That's what I was talking about. When Shark is on his Highlander rules game, well, it's more like the Shark rules game. Shark, dude, thank you so much, man. I appreciate the 25 now. Thank you. Also what Star said, or there can only be one Highlander. Unless they decide to Yeah, basically. BG, what are the typical cutoffs for the Crystal Cornucopia Arena for 1 to 5%? Ryan, I don't know what that is anymore. Long time ago, it used to be like 20... Or, sorry, not 20. 2.1 to 2. It ranged from like 2.1 to 2.6. I have no clue if it's gone up or down or anything like that. But that's what it was. And we're talking like a long time ago. So this info is not accurate anymore. And holy crap, what is going on? Joe sent over 20 more bucks. Saying big D. But then Shark also sent over another 20 bucks. Holy crap, guys. Joe, sorry, man. I gotta keep Shark up there. But man, thank you both. Thank you both so much. BG was watching your items on the playback prior to stream, but no need to finish now. Spoiler alert, next time. LL JK, I'll still watch it. Well, sorry, man. You don't know which time got it, though? I don't know. What's up, Snot Carson? Wait, are you saying BGM sick? Need more blankets and less blankets. Oh, God, dude, I hate that feeling. I know exactly the feeling. More blankets. No, it's too hot. I'm sweating. Somehow I'm cold and sweaty. What do I do? Less blankets? Let's try it. No, I definitely need more blankets. Oh, man. What a terrible feeling. What up, J Divine? We got a very keen eye for a bride guy. What the fudge is up, buddy? What's going on? Alright, one last fight for Masters. Woo! Okay, and Rosella is the word. Rosella sounds like a wine. A fine wine made out of roses. I'm going to go with that, because I don't know what else Rosella is. It's either that, or my second guess is like a rose-scented... rose-scented fragrance. Like a... God. Like a... perfume. That's the word I was looking for. Jesus, I couldn't think of it. It's one or the other. Alright, let's smash this dude with an L2. Is this enough to kill him? Oh, yeah. Say goodnight, Aegon. Rosella, noun, an Australian parakeet. What? Are you kidding me? With vivid green, red, yellow, or blue plumage. B-I-R-D, bird. What the hell? Should have known. Should have known. Interesting enough, Clairvoyant is awesome for the 5.4 Ultron, by the way. I could see that. I could see Claire being pretty good for it. Alright, sweet. Let's get out of here. That's one tier 4 basic. Well, let's go get some more from the arenas. Wait, what title was that? Ah, it's gone. Actually, well, whatever. I don't care enough. I was gonna go look in the mastery awards, but nah, I don't care enough. Is that a new member? It's just a game. Thank you very much for hitting that join button, that member button. Welcome. Please enjoy your banana, along with all of these fantastic custom emojis that you now have access to, including the pineapple face, banana face, couple of Gunther's, Flarpa, Lola, Spooky, and the banana sad face. Thank you very much. I also saw that Celeste a few minutes ago renewed for 7 months. Celeste, I don't know if you're in here or if that was just an automatic thing, but thank you for the continued support as well. But yeah, it's just a game. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. One of these days, I'm going to give you a word that has bird in it, plus let you try to decipher if it is a bird or not. And I should just guess bird. Although now that I say that, it's not going to be bird, is it? These damn games, Star. Quit playing these bird games with my heart. Wait, you can't watch those on stream anymore, right? The motion comics? Yeah, I can't. Not only can I just not put it on stream, but the one time the last time I was able to watch a motion comic on stream, I got a copyright notice, sadly. So yeah, that's the end of that. Come on, Groot. Go away. Thank you. Mysterio awakened to rank 4. Corvus unawakened to rank 4. Or AA awakened to rank 3. If you run Suicides, pretty easy. Corvus. If you don't run Suicides, not so easy. Might still be Corvus. But I don't know. It's a tough call, you know. Corvus still has a lot going for him, even without running Suicides, but he can feel pretty meh at times without that extra damage. And yeah, I don't know. I think if you're not running Suicides, it's really hard to say who you should go with. Probably depends on your other rank ups and that sort of thing, what you need. I don't know if you need to diversify your class of rank ups at all or anything like that. If you already have strong tech champions, don't go with Mysterio. But if you're lacking in the tech department, then maybe go with Mysterio, you know? That type of thing. Hinach in that member button as well. Hinach, dude, thank you very much for the continued support. Welcome back. Please enjoy. Please continue to enjoy your banana. Thanks, man. Appreciate the support as always. Hippie G, how's your day? And have an amazing stream. Thanks, man. It's been a good day. Hope you had a good day too. PG, you ever gonna open the egg crystal? I try to every single night. It doesn't let me. It's probably because it's the universe egg, containing the entire universe within it. And if it ever gets open, well, that's probably the end of existence. From all of us in Colonia, am I saying that correctly? Is that how you say that? Colonia? Shellonia? May the shell protect thee. Thank you very much. Hope I didn't. I definitely said the name wrong. So I said it a couple different ways. Enough with the Hawkward puns. Oh no. I'm not even seeing the puns. Which is a good thing. The only thing is I don't like the building charges. Don't run Suicides. Love Mysterio. He'd be my third rank 4. Okay. I mean, Mysterio, he's pretty cool. The only reason I don't recommend him more is, I don't know. It feels like I never really need to use mine. I do sometimes use them. It's not like I never use them, but Feels like his... feels like he's just slightly lacking. But he's not bad. And if you like his playstyle, then yeah, nothing wrong with ranking Mysterio at all. Run suicides again, BG? I am not. Not yet. I'm going to have to do this grind without the suicides, because I don't know what I'm doing for itemless next. I don't know if I want to do itemless before next Sunday or not. I should probably just put the suicides back on, but yeah, I'll leave them off for now. Last, please. Alright, Shark. Where's your last? These jokes are as hollow as the bones of the animals they come from. What? You're not going to use your special, right? Good. Arena without suicides? You disgust me. Oh, man. What's up, dupes? Hey, man, if I'm just going to be turning suicides off, and it's only the tier 4 basic, I could handle a tier 4 basic without suicides. BG, you're going to be a brand ambassador, or are you going to be a brand ambassador for Mango Tango? I would have liked to be. I would have liked to have been a brand ambassador for them. Unfortunately, I got denied. Reached out to them on Twitter, and they didn't want to have any of my business sponsoring the stream or anything like that. It's the only company that I've ever reached out to, and I got denied. Birds have hollow bones. Is that what the hollow bone thing is all about? Makes sense. BG, good day from Greece. Do you know what's Dom's duped ability about? And if you need max or MD maxed out to use Doom? I don't know on either of those things, to be honest. Dormammu, it's been a long time since I looked at this guy's awaken ability. Or wait, is this? Are we even talking about? When you say Doms, maybe you're talking about Domino? Because otherwise there would have been an R in there, right? I think, yeah, actually, who are you talking about? I don't know. If you're talking about Domino, anytime, I mean, you just take a bunch of degen damage fighting her. Pretty much is the way to sum it up. Anytime you try to do anything, there's a chance for it to fail, and then you take some damage. If you have abilities to trigger when you attack the opponent or trying to evade the opponent, stuff like that. He meant Doom. Oh, that makes sense too. Yeah, if you meant Doom. Okay, that actually makes a lot more sense. Well, Doom's Awaken ability, I don't know exactly how it works. We were looking at that yesterday a bit. I know you don't need it. I can tell you that much. I don't really know. I don't know a ton about Doom. Sorry I can't be more helpful with the Doom advice, but I don't have a high-level Doom. I know there's some people in here with Dooms maxed out. To know like what MD you need and stuff like that. I don't think you necessarily need MD with him, but it would be helpful to have it. I think. But yeah, someone else would be better to answer that one. Holy crap, Venom the Duck, that damage. Please don't kill me, dude. Good lord. It's a good idea to rank 5 my Warlock, even though I have a rank 2 6-star ready to take into War End Quest. I don't think Warlock is that type of champion, unless you know that you need Warlock for Alliance Quest and Alliance War. If you're talking about just regular questing, I wouldn't do it. I would just be patient, wait till Warlock is out of war for you to hop into like a regular quest for the times you need Warlock. But yeah, if you know you need Warlock for AQ and AW, then okay, I could see that, but that's the only way. Got a little more 6.3 progress in today, 11 paths left. Nice, Dubes. Let's put suicides back on, Dinkus. What? Is it really that bad? The points are coming in fast enough. I don't need suicides for this. It was power gain from special 1. Isn't it due to MD goes to special 3, something like that? I mean, you want to get special 3s with Doom, I think, right? I don't think you need MD to play him. He is amazing. Power control is great. L1 steals a bar of power, so keeping power is not a problem. Yeah, that sounds about right. Missed the top 400 cutoff for 2018 feature with 29 mil. Sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, it seemed like those 2018 champions. Seems like a lot of people went for them. Which, yeah, I think the 2019 cutoff is going to be a bit higher, whatever the actual cutoff for 2018 was. BG going to work for Kabam so he can be the first to make them pay him to play. Legendary free-to-play status. Yeah, man, totally. IBG, is Mysterio worthy of 565? We're just talking about Mysterio a little bit. Sort of yes, sort of no. I don't know. I really don't use my Mysterio too frequently. Feels difficult to find a situation that he shines in that other champions don't already like shine in as well. Oh, what? How come that didn't refresh my Furies? So yeah, I don't know. Like, he's not a bad champion, but it does feel like other champions are more deserving of the rank 5 in most cases. Depending on what other champions you have or don't have, he could still be the right champion to rank up, but basically he's worth it, but it's not an automatic, oh, I pulled Mysterio, I'm definitely ranking this guy type of thing. It's more of like if you really like Mysterio and you have a need for what he brings to the table, then okay. Alright, Havoc, please don't kill me. Hope this kills you. Did not kill you. Please don't use your special 3. Alright, we're good. Whew. And these building up the infinite streak without suicides, that is the worst part. BG, went in for Loki. Did you ever go against alliances who use the boss rush tactic? All 10 members go one side to clear the bosses, and that's it. Dealing with that this offseason, very weird. We really only saw that during the off-season. We did it ourselves for a few seasons. But in like master level and stuff, we never really saw that. It's pretty much you have to clear 100%. Both teams were clearing 100% every single war. But there's a lot of alliances that use that tactic. In my opinion, it's the best way to approach war because then you don't really have to use items. Maybe if all 10 of you guys have a bad war and you can't get through or something like that, but for the most part, you're not using items. And yeah, the war rewards are not amazing. Just to save items and get whatever free rewards you can out of it is a great approach. Nicholas Campbell sent over 550 of them Canadian bucks. Thanks, man. Saying, I love the streams. Keep up the great work. Thank you. Appreciate that. Will do. Thank you very much for the toonies and loonies. Thank you very much. Uh, 366 guy said 31.5. Okay, so probably around 31 for the cutoff. A little bit higher, maybe. Oh wait, Doob saying right around there. Someone with 31.3 missed. Didn't remember exact placement. Was close. Yeah. Okay. Man, I was thinking with more spots, with 400 spots, the cutoff wouldn't have been that high. But I guess a lot of other people were thinking the same thing. Hey, there's 400 spots. Let me go for it. I'm a little surprised that he went that high. Then again, I'm more surprised that Stealth Spidey went for 2.4. Man. What is this shark? My Act 5 free-to-play exploration has gone really, really well. Clairvoyant destroys 5.4 boss Ultron. Nice, dude. So that's what you're doing? Or you're doing it on... Wait. Are you doing it on a different account? Or are you just saying that's the way you're approaching Act 5 at the moment? Type of response have you gotten from the community on your move to being without an alliance? Mostly sad and curious. Want to know what I'm doing, but I can't say. Which leads people to come up with all kinds of crazy responses, like I'm working for Kabam or something. Which makes no sense, because if I was working for Kabam, I'm pretty sure they would allow me to log in to play Alliance Quest every so often, you know? Because that's what everyone there does. They all play Alliance Quest, you know? And then sad because, well, 4 Loki's awesome. Everybody knows 4 Loki's awesome. It's also going to slow my progress a bit, not being in an alliance, so yeah. Just hit tier 3 at the end of the season for the first time, and the nodes are new, and we are trying to explore and prep for new season, but boss rush seems to be the way to go until then. Yeah, it can be tough to figure all that stuff out, man. If you guys do want to push wars and stuff, you know, it's worth putting the time to explore, figure out the nodes, get some practice in and stuff, but a lot of alliances do the boss rush thing because, yeah, it gets expensive. Ryan, would you rather spend money on a luxury car or the fastest one you could get? Neither. I hate cars. Cars, from my experience at least, maybe it's because I've always had used cars or something, they've been nothing but headaches. But I don't know. I guess luxury over speed. Speed seems kind of silly when you gotta, you know, follow speed limit laws and everything. Even if the laws weren't there, I wouldn't want to be flying down the road 100 miles an hour. I've been hit by a car before. It didn't feel good. I would never want to put someone else at risk. I'd always want to drive safely, you know. Brian is FBI now. Shh. Yeah, something like that. You can get a Tesla, drives itself, take away the hassle. It's true, except still going to have to get it fixed at some point. That's the biggest hassle. It's not the driving it part, but just having to put it in the shop and everything, and then figure out what you want to do while the car is being repaired. I don't know. It's really not that bad, I guess, if you think about it, like over the lifetime of a car. How often do you really have to deal with that stuff? But, it was still a pain. it felt like every year my battery died, even though I you know, I wasn't cheaping out getting like some used junkyard battery or something like that, man. I was paying full price to get a new battery. But then, hey, it's cold out. Battery's dead again. Oh man, coming to Boston and go for a drive. Fun times, let me tell you. Traffic everywhere, any time of day. Yeah, I'm sure it's pretty bad in Boston. Don't doubt it. You know, I was kind of surprised at that a bit. I always thought New Jersey was like the worst when it comes to traffic. And don't get me wrong, parts of New Jersey are really bad. But yeah, I figured we were the worst because, you know, most densely populated state. Just a lot of people trying to move and can't move. But I've been to enough places around the United States now to know that there's a lot of bad places. There's a lot of high traffic places. I've only been to Boston, I think, like once when I was visiting colleges, but I do remember it being kind of bad there. When I went to Arizona, I was surprised that it was kind of bad in the part of Arizona that I was in. Seattle is not great. A lot of bad traffic areas. Everybody, I mean, I guess even though you know, New Jersey is so densely populated, well, so are big cities. So, and even more so in big cities compared to just the average town in New Jersey. So Brooklyn has to be worst, has to be worse. Has become better though. Oh, New York's probably the worst. I honestly can't imagine a place being worse to drive than New York. I've always heard like LA is pretty bad too and everything, but I've never been there. Really can't imagine anything being worse than New York City. And I'm not sure which part of it's the worst, but yeah, any of it. I don't care. I don't care where it is, man. I don't want to drive there. Main account is what I do the majority of my time in this game. I gave up the secondary, but yeah, I'm taking the free-to-play approach with free crystals and farming, just spreading my fins in game. Okay, cool, man. I can dig it. That's cool. DC and Virginia's worse. I've been there. It didn't seem worse to me. It's not great either, but I don't know. VG, I was doing the arena with you, but ran out of champions. RIP. Bummer, man. Eventually, you'll get to a point in this game where you never run out of champions. Why is the game not letting me continue? There we go. Eventually, you run out of, or you'll hit a point where you'll never run out of champions. That's like one of the early arena goals, to be able to play until you just don't want to play anymore. And then eventually, you get there and you're like, oh god, I don't want to play anymore. Too much arena. I won't likely have a car when go up to Connecticut, so don't have to deal with it, but hopefully shuttle / bus stuff is fine. I'm sure it will be. Worst case, fall back on Uber or Lyft or something like that, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I feel like cars are overrated. Having your own transportation, overrated. Public transportation is, well, it's not super fun either. And I guess I've been fortunate enough to not have to deal with that too much. But, I don't know. Maybe I should have dealt with it more. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still kind of sad that it's not really too feasible to ride a bike around here. Some people do it and everything, but man, there's too many damn hills, guys. It's too many damn hills. I feel like I would need an electric bike, which I feel like that just puts me back to square one, man, having to deal with issues that I can't repair myself, you know? I could change a flat tire on a bike. I could fix a chain, something like that, you know? I can't fix an electric bike myself, though. BG, should I focus my resources on 455ing my champs so I can get into an alliance that does war, or 235 of my champs for that sweet, sweet arena grind? You wanna rank, like, don't worry about ranking for arena, basically. You should only rank up champions specifically for the arena with your extra resources. Like if you need to need to take any champions up to 455 or higher or anything like that, focus on that for, you know, completing content, increasing, well, honestly at 455 prestige shouldn't be a thing, but maybe the alliance that you're trying to get into, maybe they just have a requirement of how many of those you need. I don't know. But yeah, don't rank too early just for the arena. Let that come later on with your spare resources. We need good core muscles and can deal with the hills. Yeah. Just got to muscle it up. BG, trick question. If you drop the soap, is the soap dirty or is the floor clean? Both. Soap is magical like that. I don't think it's possible for soap to get dirty. Actually, no, that's not true. I've seen dirty soap. Both. Vision Arcus, any good? I don't really know a ton about Arcus. He's a good defender on the right node. He's pretty annoying on like a power gain node. You can counter him with power control champs, but he's annoying. If you don't have a power control champ, then you're in for a real bad time. Offensively he's bugged. So offensively, it's hard to say how good he is, even if I did play the champion, because you're not supposed to be able to armor shatter and armor break the opponent, which is increasing Vision's damage more than it should be. So hard to say how good the champion is for the time being. Can we see your current non-suicide masteries? Sure. Let me get out of this round. When you're 36-star shards away from your first 6-star? Oh my god, 36-star shards away? That's rough, man. Well, the new monthly's coming up. Hopefully you can get it there. Why do you hate on Human Torch, BG? I don't hate on Human Torch. I like Human Torch. I was one of the first people to say that I liked Human Torch when a lot of people were giving him crap when he first came out. I always thought he was pretty good. Alright, here's my current mastery build. 5 points in deep wounds. No points in the suicides. Defensively, I would have changed this around. I don't need all these points in Coagulate. At most, I'll put 1 point back into Coagulate if I were to change this. So yeah, a few extra points here. And then the proficiencies, I've got maxed out MD at the moment. And maxed out dexterity. Oh, yeah. That plus 950 crit rating. Could use that with my my Colossus. Yeah. It's kind of it's just a temporary build, really. Don't forget to finish Halls of Heroes. I will. Not forget. Yeah, that's gonna be all tomorrow and everything. BG likes Human Torch, and I like BG. What a coincidence. Makes no sense. That's right. Hee hee. What? Oh my. What order should I get? Willpower, Glass Cannon, and the Suicides. I recommend Willpower first. Before Glass Cannon even. I don't value Glass Cannon. I mean it's yeah, I actually yeah, I don't like Glass Cannon as a mastery. Some people like Glass Cannon, some people like to max it out. Glass Cannon used to be better than it is today. It's not bad with certain champions still. But a lot of champions already have ways to increase their attack. Like Venom here, even though I didn't trigger a Fury buff, he can trigger Fury buffs that increase his attack. And I mean he's just one example. There's a lot of champions increase their attack a lot more than Venom can. You know, you get someone like Namor. And his special 3, when you get the increased attack there, like, you're not going to notice the tiny little bit of attack increase from Glass Cannon. It's like it increases your base attack by 2.4% per level, right? But that does not increase your overall damage by 2.4%. So to give up 2.4% of your health, and it costs a mastery point. If it didn't cost a mastery point, maybe a bit different story as well. But the fact that it also costs mastery points, taking it away from other masteries, yeah, I just don't like Glass Cannon. Not a fan. Does Glass Cannon affect healing him out when running suicides? It does. It actually helps the balance, but it's too small of a difference for me to value it. You end up taking slightly less damage, kind of, from I guess from everything. But it's the poison that you really notice it with, right? I think the poison ticks for slightly less or something like that. It's been so long since I ran anything more than 1 point in Glass Cannon that I kind of forget how it works, but I do know that it affects it. BG, do you think they add Thor Infinity and Endgame Thor? A while back, Gabriel Frizera on Twitter said that they're not done adding Thors yet to the game. So, I don't know which version of Thor we're going to get next, but you can bet there's going to be another Thor added at some point. That's something I guess they're already planning. A bunch of people want to see the fat Thor. I don't know how like what Kabam's take is on that, if they're into that Thor or if they're into a different version or what. Did you elaborate more yet why you're stepping away from Fort Loki besides you have something going on? No, that's all I could really say for a while. I'm not going to be able to elaborate on anything else. That's it. It's weird that the most interesting thing I'm going to find about Squirrel Girl is her synergy. That's not weird at all. That's how I see most champions, honestly. It's always hard to tell how good a champion's going to be just looking at their abilities before they actually come out. But sometimes you can tell if a synergy is going to be good, you know? I don't know I haven't looked at any info on Squirrel Girl, but if she has a synergy that with a champion that you're already playing, it's exciting. I'm testing mastery build with suicides and MD 4 to 5. Not hating it, to be honest. Yeah, man. Suicides plus MD could be pretty fun. Especially if it's a Mystic champion that relies on or works well with special 3s. Where you don't have to be spamming like special 1 and stuff with recoil, you know? Think they'll ever add Jessica Jones to MCOC? They've commented on Jessica Jones in the past, basically saying that she's just she's used as a story character, and that's all they have plans for her for right now. They've said they said like certain characters like Jessica Jones, it's hard to come up with abilities for like the characters that have less flashy abilities, I guess, because it's just like different combinations of punches and kicks that aren't going to have like I mean, of course they could just make up some abilities, right? There are characters already in game that just have, you know, like Black Widow, right? It's mostly just straight up punches and kicks, doesn't cause bleed, just plays with the whole ability accuracy thing. But I guess they have an easier time coming up with abilities for someone like Magic here that can go into the mystical side of things, you know. When it's a character that just relies on being strong, then they really have to, I don't know, get creative with their punches and kicks. I can't remember exactly how they worded it, but it was something like that. So, yeah, that was another reason why I guess they're just going to use her as a story-driving character. There's going to be other characters, I'm sure, that get added that are on the more plain side. But I guess they don't want to add too many like that. Won't be as interesting. Surely Thor will be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, right? Wouldn't be surprised if they add another version of him around then. When is that coming out? Is that coming out anytime soon? You know what? Don't even answer that. I'm going to Google it. Let me see. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 release date. Oh, Jesus, 2022. Okay. Well, we got some time. That one ain't coming for a while. Oh, there's a new Doctor Strange coming in 2021. Okay. I don't know why I'm excited about that. I really wasn't a fan of the first Doctor Strange. I thought I was gonna be a huge fan of the Doctor Strange movie, and I just wasn't into it. I think it was just because I don't know, man. I couldn't get into the Doctor Strange character. He was all cocky and stuff, but I liked him in the Avengers movies and stuff. When his character is a bit different, you know. So I guess, I don't know, maybe I would like the Doctor Strange movie, the next Doctor Strange movie. Mystique is a great example of great character, but ability-wise would be difficult. Yeah, they've commented on Mystique as well. For Mystique, I guess it's a technical challenge for them, because every single fight that we load into, only 2 characters get loaded. You know, in this case, Magic and Gwenpool. And they said for Mystique, yeah, you could just have them copy the opponent, so it'd still only be 2 characters loaded in. But they also said that that's not really true to Mystique's character. You know, Mystique is supposed to be able to shift into anyone, right? Anyone that she's come in contact with or something. I don't know exactly, but you know, to do something like that, they would have to figure out some other kind of solution. I'm sure it's doable, but I guess it also just hasn't been the right time. I'm sure we'll see Mystique at some point. I'm kind of curious what the next like big story arc is. I guess we already know it's having to do with Galactus, right? For MCOC. But I'm kind of curious, like since Act 6 is the end of the first story arc. Kind of curious exactly how things are gonna shape up for I guess just how it's going to begin for story 2, you know? Is it gonna start right away with the Galactus stuff? Or how are they gonna do that? Should be a Bone Shatter debuff for those super heavy hitting champions or would-be champions. That'd be a dope synergy mechanic, like how they did Disorient. I think there's room for different types of attacks like that. I always thought like it's kind of too hard to go back in time. You'd have to like rework a lot of the way the game works. But I always thought it'd be cool to have a piercing attack instead of attacks that cause bleed. It would basically be a piercing attack, and if the enemy can bleed, then they would bleed, you know? But this way, if you're going up against a robot, for example, you could still do that piercing attack, still that chance for a piercing attack, and that would just be an armor break instead of an attack that causes the opponent to bleed. Just to, make it a little bit less annoying if you are using a champion like, let's say, Black Panther with his claws and everything. If the opponent doesn't bleed, you're just screwed, you know? There goes all of your damage. Because there's a bunch of characters that work that way. Like Carnage, right? I think Carnage pretty sure he has armor breaks when the opponent doesn't bleed. And then, of course, there's X-23, who has a different mechanic altogether, with gaining the buffs if the opponent doesn't bleed. But that's the other thing too, is like you could attach anything onto these piercing attacks. So it would work for X-23 too. You could say on piercing attacks, gain this buff type of thing. And then, yeah, you could have piercing attacks. You could have it's another good example. Crushing blows, I guess, is something that is a term that I'm used to from like Diablo and other games, I guess. A bunch of other RPGs use crushing blows. So yeah, you could have something like crushing blows that has a different effect to it as well. How does crit differ from a piercing attack? I don't know how to answer. It just does. I don't know. A critical hit is like you found like a weak point in someone's body, right? Whereas like a piercing attack is, man, you might have just barely sliced their arm or something, caused them to lose a little bit of blood out of their shoulder or something. I don't know. From like a and then from like a technical standpoint of piercing attacks wouldn't have like the crit damage multiplier to it. It would just be different, you know. BG, what are some good poison immune champions? Omega Red, Hyperion. Those are the ones I use the most. There are a bunch of good poison immune champions, though. Oh, goodness. Drawing blanks right now. Oh, you know what? A bunch of the robots. So, like Warlock, Sentinel, Darkhawk. These are all great examples. And then you have the kind of poison immune, not technically poison immune champions like Ghost that can shrug off poisons. My game just froze. Ooh, there we go. Yo, are you gonna do a Realm of Champions beta? Do you know if that's coming soon at all? They said the game's gonna be out this year. I don't know if that's gonna be like officially released or if that's more of like an open beta, soft launch kind of thing. I'm imagining it's not gonna be like the official release, but more of a beta this year. And I could easily, very easily see that being pushed back. Since we don't have any gameplay at all yet. You know, we were talking about this the other night too. Just because we haven't seen gameplay yet, it doesn't necessarily mean they're behind in development. It could be like maybe Marvel doesn't want to reveal something for like some of their tie-ins or something like that. I don't know, but honestly, I do think that because we haven't seen anything yet, that it's a good chance at least that they are behind schedule for the gameplay. And because Kabam already has a successful game, I think they have that luxury of, like, if they're not ready to release yet, then they can hold back. Whereas if that was their first game and they're just kind of bleeding money, not making any money, then they got to push the game out faster, you know. But hopefully, like, honestly, hopefully if it's not ready this year, then hopefully they just delay it, you know. I'm curious to see what the game is like. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna try it at least. I don't know how much I'm gonna play it. We'll have to see if it's a game I'm into or not, basically. I don't know how much content I'll be making for it either. Like, if I stream, it might be over on like Twitch or something. I think it would probably be a separate channel. And unless I really liked the game, I probably wouldn't make much for content. I'd probably just try it out, have a little bit of fun. That's probably it. Did he not say hype? He uses them for everything? Those are the first champions I said, Dubes. I said Omega Red, Hyperion. Get off my back, man. Of course I said hype. So many characters who are powerful, but in MCOC they are redundant because of others who do the same thing but better. This always annoys me. Yeah, I mean, it kind of has to be like that, though, you know? Because let's say you had a character that did one thing. What if you don't get that character? You're just screwed, you know? Like, for example, there's not really many characters who can phase. It's a relatively new mechanic, yeah, when it comes to this game. I say relatively because, of course, Ghost has been out for over a year now, but there's still not that many champions that phase, and some of the other ones that came out after Ghost. Well, actually, I guess Hood was. Does that count? I mean, it's invisible, right? I don't know. Anyway, but Point is, there's not really that many characters that work the way that Ghost does, right? Maybe I could have found a better example. Actually, yeah, let's go with a simpler example. Let's say there was only one poison immune champion in the game. What if you didn't have that poison immune champion? You're just screwed. Good luck. Good luck getting through the game. So yeah, they have to have champions that double up, triple up, quadruple up on certain utility in the game. I think there's certain mechanics that kind of take away from certain champions' special abilities, and that kind of annoys me. It doesn't annoy me a ton, but for example, someone like Proxima, one of her special abilities is that she can parry projectiles. But people don't really use her for her parrying abilities in most cases. One of the reasons is because you can just parry like the second incoming attack. Or sometimes you don't even need to parry, you just bait out your heavy for your opening or something like that, but it feels like something special that she had ends up not being that special because of the regular mechanics in the game. Yuki sending over 3 of them Polish bucks, though. Yuki, thank you very much. Saying, want to see something interesting? Official MCUC profile retweeted a DC Comics teaser. Really? Official MCUC profile retweeted a DC Comics teaser? I follow MCOC on Twitter. I guess I don't always see everything they post, but was this recently? Oh, is it this? Captain Cold reveals surprising new spoiler. Oh yeah, that's definitely DC. I see like the Flash guy behind him. I'm not really too familiar with Captain Cold, but I can see that Flash symbol. Interesting. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Well, I don't know. Very interesting. Does this mean that some DC characters are coming to the MCOC universe? Probably not, but man, what if they did? Would you guys be into that? A little DC crossover in this game? Miles, Brian doesn't know anything about defender placement, but you can always check the Reddit for defenders. This is true. If you're asking about, hey, BG, how do you feel about Man-Thing Mysterio's defenders, and what are some good notes for them? I don't know much about defender placement. I have seen those defenders, though, as mini-bosses, if that helps at all. I've seen Man-Thing on the Counter Tactics mini-boss. I don't know how successful he's been there, but we've seen it. Mysterio... kind of seen Mysterio just as a floater champion that can occasionally get kills just because of his high base attack if the opponent slips up. I've seen him as the mini-boss, like the very center mini-boss on the final mini-boss island, or just scattered around. I don't think either are particularly good defenders. I've also seen Man-Thing as the boss. Who I think got a kill against us, so maybe he's not a bad boss, actually. I don't know. Yuck, no way crossover. Hell yeah, Batman. The Rock is gonna be a DC superhero. Look it up. I think we did look at that at some point. Amalgams? DC Marvel crossover have happened a lot. Wonder Woman has lifted Mjolnir. Really? Wolverine and Batman were combined to create Dark Claw. Interesting. What if, I mean, what if it's just Disney? What if it's just Disney's buying DC Comics, you know? Because why not? What else do they have left to buy? There's not a lot left, right? Is that even allowed? Like, isn't there like anti-monopoly laws or something? But there's more than 2 comic book companies out there, right? What if Disney wanted to buy DC? '90s were a weird time for comics. I feel like you could probably say that for just about any time with comics. I feel like, you know, maybe this is wrong because I don't know a lot about comics, but I feel like because maybe it's hard to make a profit with comics when everyone's more into like the movies and games and stuff like that. Hard to get a lot of comic sales. That they probably had to try some. They probably had to try to get creative to keep comic book sales going. Outside of maybe like the most popular series, you know. It's not allowed in EU. Okay. Loved it when Superman became Herald of Galactus. Interesting. I'm going back to rewatch the Netflix Daredevil, so bye. Alright, Roboto. BG, need help. Have 4 to 5 Cosmic Gem. Should I use it on Unawakened Captain Marvel or Awakened Hyperion? Well, I'm a huge fan of Hyperion, so it's hard for me to recommend anything but Hyperion, especially since he's Awakened and Captain Marvel is not. But really, both champions are great, and you could just go with your personal preference. Whichever of the two you like, I think is fine. But I would probably choose Hyperion. Yeah, there's Variant, Image Comics. Hell is originally a Spawn character. Interesting. Yuki sending over another 3 of them. Polish bucks saying, also great news. Marvel bought movie rights to Hulk from Universal. Solo movie is happening. Okay. A solo MCU Hulk movie. Hulk. I think some other people said in here too, and I think this is kind of how I felt about Hulk in the later Avenger movies. It felt a little bit weird. I don't know how to describe it exactly, but I mean, I guess they didn't want him just Hulk smashing everything, right? So that's probably why they had to have him like not really be like full power Hulk mode. But it was, I don't know, it was a little bit strange. I wonder how his movies would go. Wait, is it gonna be movie or is it gonna be? Hold on. Oh, okay, yeah, you said solo movie. Okay, I was thinking maybe it was just gonna be like a Disney Plus show or something like that. Because I could see them doing that for Hulk too. Maybe they'll do both. Who knows? PG, why do you only have 1 point in Despair and 1 point in Assassin, and 0 in both Petrify and Pacify? Actually, I have 0 in Assassin as well. Petrify and Pacify, I pretty much always run 0 points in those masteries. I don't think they're particularly good masteries. unless you need them, you know? Occasionally I'll put points in them when I find myself needing them. But for the most part, those masteries, they only work when the opponent's stunned. A lot of times I don't want to limit the power in my opponent. I want them to have more power so that I can bait out specials, get my openings that way without having to take block damage. So I don't want to limit their power. And what am I reducing their ability accuracy for? For the most part, it would be to stop their evade, but if they're stunned, I don't need that. You know, it works well if you're up against an opponent like Magic, for example, but there's also a lot of other counters to Magic. So for the most part, Petrify and Pacify, I very rarely run those masteries. As far as Despair, why I only have 1 point, well, this is a temporary build. I do like to run Despair maxed out much more frequently than not having it maxed out. But yeah, I also didn't need the Despair Mastery for my itemless run today. An Assassin, I don't value Assassin all that highly either. The first point's actually really good in it. Anything beyond the first point, I use Assassin as like a mastery point dump. If I have no other places to put my mastery points in, I'll put them in Assassin. But it's not something that it's not good enough for me to like make a mastery build around, you know. It's just extra points. Don't really care for the actor playing Hulk. No? What's his name? Ruffalo? I think, right? He seems alright to me. I don't know. I don't know much about... I can't remember other movies that I've seen him in or anything. Actually, now I'm curious. IMDb. Alright. Well, yeah, I don't know any of his other most popular works. According to IMDb, at least. Yeah, I don't really recognize most of these. Or any so far, actually. Yeah, actually, I don't know if I've seen him in anything else other than the Avengers. Maybe I missed something here, but I don't know. Seems alright. Mark Ruffalo dated Scarlett Johansson in another movie. I probably didn't see it. He was in Now You See Me. Oh, I did see that movie, actually. Yeah. I remember that one. He was, well, I don't want to spoil it. That's the type of movie you don't want to spoil, I guess. But I did see that movie. The first one, at least. Because I think there's more than one of them, right? Don't forget to mention not only Hulk, but they have full control over Namor now, which kind of confirms the rumors of Black Panther 2 being the movie where we see Namor as a villain. That sounds pretty interesting. I'd be into that, man. That'd probably be a good movie. Black Panther with Namor? Dude, sign me up for that one. Christian Garcia sending over 3 with the fist bumping pair. Thanks, man. Appreciate the 3. With the pair, of course. Just double check, make sure there's nothing else. Nope, no last comment. Alright, thank you very much, dude. Appreciate the support. Thank you. Ryan just want to see some Namor nips. Well, don't we all, man? Don't we all? It's great in Spotlight. Yeah, don't think I saw that. That doesn't even ring a bell. BG life is dumb right now? Uh-oh. What is this? I've been deciding on ranking up a Cosmic Champ and finally did it because ISO was expiring. Also, my rank 4, or also you rank 4 your 5-star Venom. Venom the Duck. 2 weeks later, pulled 5-star Corvus and Hype. Like, seriously, ugh. Hey, man. The way I see it is like this. Would you rather have not pulled those champions? You know, at the end of the day, sure, using those resources is going to delay some of those rank ups, but hey, just the fact that you got those champions is a good thing, you know? You'll get them ranked up. There are times where you make a rank up like that thinking, oh, what if I pull these other champions? And then you don't pull those champions for like years, you know? So, things could be worse. It ain't too bad. Evening BG, did you finish a path earlier? Uber Soul, what's up, man? Yeah, I did. I knocked out the Do You Bleed path. And then I was trying the Burden of Might path, but it's pretty damn tough with Sim Supreme. I'm gonna try it again next time. I got him below half, but it was rough going. Dude in comics, Namor got all jacked up on the Phoenix Force and flooded Wakanda. Interesting. Spotlight is about uncovering of the whole Catholic Church. Scandal with the kitties? Oh, jeez. Well, okay. Cosmic Champs are OP. As soon as they took Medusa to rank 4, pulled Cap Marvel first, then Corvus. There are a lot of OP Cosmic Champions. Yeah, man. Cosmic, definitely one of the strongest classes in the game. I don't know if there is a strongest class, but Cosmic's definitely up there, man. They've got some heavy hitters. For sure. Tried to word that as mildly as I could. That's all good, man. It's just a movie, right? There's no it's nothing that we're debating in here or not. I do appreciate you trying to be on the more family-friendly side of it, though. I've always wanted Iron Man 1 cave armor in MCOC, but probably never happening. You're probably right. That's gonna be in excuse me, Realm of Champions, though. Like, that's how you're gonna start out in if you pick that faction or house or whatever, the House of Iron. DC or Marvel, which character would you rather be in? I don't really know much about either. I guess Marvel at the end of the day, just because their characters seem cooler to me. But I don't know, man. Do I really want to be in any world with these characters? All of a sudden the world is blowing up for no reason. I guess that could happen in real life too, though, so I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I really, like, before I started playing this game, I mean, I guess I always knew a little bit more about Marvel than I knew about DC, just because of like X-Men. Pretty much just X-Men, I guess. Didn't know a ton about X-Men, but I played some of their games, you know. Even the other super popular characters like Spider-Man. I really didn't know much about Spider-Man. Like, yeah, I knew of Spider-Man, of course. But it's not like I was familiar with the Spider-Man villains or anything, you know. But now, having played this game, and I'm actually somewhat familiar with these characters, and still don't know any of the DC characters. outside of like Batman, Superman, Flash, Wonder Woman. You know, DC just is, or Marvel is just a lot cooler to me because of it. But who knows? You know, if this game happened to be centered around DC, and the Injustice game was the one that was centered around Marvel, then maybe I'd be more into DC stuff. When's the next itemless stream? I don't know. I was thinking about doing itemless again tomorrow, but I probably won't. It'll probably be on Sunday. Like, if I don't do another stream, like an itemless before Sunday, I'm gonna try to do an itemless stream every Sunday. Is basically what I'm getting at. There might be some extra ones thrown in there though, but I don't think tomorrow's gonna be the day for it. Like, the more I think about it, I've got some stuff that I need to do. Some not fun stuff, man. Like, some stuff that I've been putting off for a while that, now that it's the new year, just needs to get done. Like, I still have a New Jersey license plate, or not license plate, New Jersey license. And I really need to get that updated. Because, yeah, mine's gonna expire very soon here. So yeah, I'd much rather be doing itemless, trust me. But I also got to take care of some stuff like that. What do you have? 2 paths left? In the final quest, Dubes, yeah, but then I still have 3 in the mortal quest, so 5 total. Stuck in 5.2.5. The Bane node is pretty annoying when you suck at this game. Can't imagine how the collector fight's gonna be like. Dude, Bane is tough. Everybody has a hard time with Bane. Well, like, people get better at dealing with it, you know. But like during that quest, when that's like your first time really being forced to deal with it and everything, dude, that node is brutal to deal with. So first off, don't get down on yourself because you're dying. Everyone dies in that quest. There are some better ways to deal with Bane. A couple of tips for you that hopefully will help out. First tip actually is when I was going about doing that Bane quest, I would just practice it a little bit each day, just for 5 minutes. You know, I would start the quest, and I wouldn't. My goal was not to complete the quest. My goal was to get as far as I could without using any items. This is before any kind of itemless stuff or anything, you know. But I would just try to make it like 2 or 3 fights in. That was the goal. And if I died before that, okay, no problem. I would just exit the quest, and I wouldn't even go back to it that day. It was literally just 5 minutes of my time. And then you know, not even a lot of energy since I'm not making it very far. And then I would just go somewhere else. But it just gets you a little bit in that mindset of dealing with Bane. And after about a week of doing that, you know, I noticed I was getting a little bit further each time. So that really helped. But some other tips to like actually help out your, like, in combat. If you can, bait out specials early when the Bane timer is only like halfway done. This way, you know, you're not stuck baiting out a special when you need to be transferring Bane back to the opponent. Always leave yourself, or leave the opponent with, what's the right way of saying it? Like, little enough power. Like if you need to attack them, if they're not throwing their special for some reason, you wanna leave the opponent. You wanna leave yourself room in the opponent's power meter that if you're attacking them, you're not going to be pushing them to a special 3, you know? Like, it's a good idea to bait out special 1s from the opponent. Because even, you know, you might think, oh, all I need to do is tap them a single time to transfer Bane back over to them, right? And while that's true, you don't always have that luxury of just tapping them a single time. You know, you might have to do a full 5-hit combo if that's the way the timer's going. You know, like if you get your opening, you get a parry stun, let's say, and there's 2 seconds left before Bane transfers over. Well, what are you going to do? Are you going to let the Bane timer go down and then end up taking damage? Or are you going to do a 5-hit combo so that your final hit in the combo transfers Bane back over to them? But now, of course, you're feeding their power meter. So yeah, just like baiting out specials early is a good piece of advice. You can slow your combo down a little bit like I'm doing right now instead of just mashing 5 hits. You can kind of delay your first attack so that the parry stun timer is down a bit. And then just slightly slow down your taps. You don't want to slow it too much, otherwise you're going to get smacked, but... I'm sure there's some other tips that can help with Bane too, but those are the ones I got off the top of my head at least. Ooh, power control champions are nice, as well as champions that have healing abilities. They're helpful too. Daddy Kong 1 sent an over 5. Thank you very much. Saying thanks for always helping people and being informative for everyone, BG. Dude, no problem, man. Thank you very much for the support. Daddy Kong, I appreciate the 5, man. Thank you very much. Jizz, what's up, dude? What's up, BG? How was your day? Mine was pretty good. Got a lot done, and now grinding arena. Nice, man. Yeah, my day's been pretty good as well. All right, last round. Let's throw in some more fun champs. Let's get MODOK in here. You know what? Drax. I've got deep wounds maxed out. Might as well throw Drax in there and get some of them bleeds going. BG, have you watched the Mandalorian? Can't say that I'm even familiar with the Mandalorian. So, no. I have not. Skill class is getting left out now. There hasn't been a really top tier skill champ for a while. Blade Fury and Aegon is all I have. Well, Squirrel Girl is skill. Maybe she'll be good. I do feel like the skill class, excuse me, is a little bit underwhelming. So I kind of agree with you. Of course, some of the champions you mentioned are pretty powerful, and there's some others, to be fair. You're leaving out some, but yeah, overall it does feel a little bit underpowered compared to some of the other class types. Bane with Unstoppable is horrible when you don't have a counter. Yeah, it could be tough. It could be really tough. Some of those things I mentioned do help, though, even without having a counter to Unstoppable. And don't forget, too, you know, maybe you can't stun Juggernaut, but if it's like Unstoppable Colossus, for example, you can parry stun and just do a light attack and then stop your combo to transfer Bane. You're probably still going to take some damage, but, you know. It's manageable with a bit of practice. But yeah, Bane is always going to be one of those difficult nodes to deal with. There's different levels of Bane, and sometimes like the weaker Bane when it's only dealing like 1% or I think less. I think sometimes Bane deals even less than 1% of their health. That's not that bad. But when it's like 2.5% or 3%, whatever, it's rough. Alright, but yeah, Tier 4 Basic, we're done. That wasn't too bad without suicides. Still got it done in it's a little bit over an hour, I think. Just over an hour. The Baby Yoda meme is from Mandalorian. Okay. I don't even know what that meme is. Not gonna lie, I had a horrible nightmare about a Bane Mordo. Ooh, Mordo on Bane can be annoying. Yeah. How dare you insult Falcon like that? What, by skipping Falcon? Is that what I did? I wasn't even paying attention. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna dump my energy in the epic quest real quick. And then, yeah, probably call the stream after that. But yeah, man, I'm still... Alright, so the monthly event quest, I was basically putting all my energy towards that first. But now, Uncollected done, Master's done, Heroic's done. I've got my single clear in normal and single clear in beginner. So, finally done with that. Now I can finish up Halls of Heroes. I already did Master. I have not done Heroic. I want to do Heroic because it has the 40% revives in here. So even if I got to pop an energy refill to get them, it's worth it. But I don't think I'm going to have to. It's not that energy consuming to run through this place, so I'll probably finish this tomorrow and then Heroic on the final day, and yeah. Let's go ahead and just run this team. Disney Plus, please download. I'm not gonna get Disney Plus. Not. I don't know. I mean, maybe at some point I'll get it, but yeah. I don't watch a ton of TV. I don't have a need for Disney Plus. I already have Netflix, Amazon Prime. Evade failed. How does the anti-evade work on this guy again? Whatever. Kind of wish I had suicides on right now so I could just steamroll this with Omega Red, but I guess I'll steamroll it anyway with these other champs. I should have thrown in some Colossus synergy champions. That's what I should have done, man. Just go heavy attack style on these fools. I wanna learn more about Colossus. I still don't know entirely how his abilities work. Like, I know the Fury activates when the opponent's stunned, and you do a heavy attack, it gets rid of the stun, gain a Fury. And the damage is based off of his armor ups and stuff. But I want to know all the little details about him. If he's a champion I'm going to be using more of. Finally 100% entered my first variant today. Pulled a 4 to 5 skill gem. So happy, but torn. Blade or Aegon? If that's your first variant that you've done, probably Blade. If you already have champions that have regeneration and stuff like that, it's less important to rank up Blade. But he's still a great champion. If you want to focus on something like Labyrinth, you could go with Aegon. And Aegon is getting better, it feels like, over time, you know, in Act 6. But, I don't know, yeah, I'd still rather have Blade, I think, myself. Do you think you'll be ready for the Abyss BG? If you go at it, will you be streaming it? I'll definitely be streaming it if I go at it, yeah. Anytime I'm in the Abyss, I'll be streaming. But I don't think I'm going to be pushing for a quick completion of it. I don't have a ton of resources. I have a lot of free crystals. That was kind of my plan, was to build up some units and then use the free crystals, farm potions. And honestly, farming enough potions could probably get through it without too much hassle. I don't know. Like, I don't know what's all involved. So maybe I just don't even have good champions for it. Who knows? But yeah, I don't know. I don't have as much fun doing the content that way. And just like I have a ton more fun doing the taking the itemless approach, and the Abyss, I don't think it's something you could do itemless. Probably, right? I mean, eventually maybe. Like Labyrinth of Legends is doable itemless now, but I mean, it took a long time, you know, before that was a possibility. So how long after the Abyss comes out would that be a possibility? So I'll probably clear it with items and everything, but I don't know. Maybe I'll be more excited for it when it's actually in game and I could see how it is and everything. Like I don't want to say I'm not excited for it. I'm definitely interested in doing it, but I guess I'm just not super excited about knocking it out like day one or something, you know. Brian takes 5-star to rank 5. Also, Brian, I have no clue what this champion's abilities are. Yeah, that's accurate. A lot of these characters I don't really know. My original rank 5s I knew. I felt like you had to know back then, you know? Like your first rank 5, you better know how that champion works. But now it's like, I've got some rank 5s. I don't really know how this champion works. I know I need them for this one fight. That's good enough. Let's do it. You ain't doing no itemless Abyss? Yeah, no kidding. BG, what are the types of things that make you like a champion? Like, what qualities do you look for in a champ? They need to be strong. Big package. I'm sorry, I don't know. Immunities, I would say. Immunity is probably the most important thing. Maybe the most important thing in the entire game. Immunities are pretty OP. Because if you look at a champion and they don't have immunities, it's almost like, why bother? Because there's you know, like I honestly thought Cole was Kabam's attempt at making a champion that does not have immunities, making them like I don't know the best way to say it. I guess, like, because Cole did so much damage, right? Like, there's already these champions that exist that deal crazy amounts of damage, but they also have the immunities. So why play a champion that does crazy amount of damage that doesn't have immunities? You know? Like, there's other forms of utility in this game, sure. But I feel like those champions also have immunities. Like, you look at Ghost or Omega Red, right? These champions deal crazy damage. They can counter most things. And they're immune. I guess because of suicide masteries too. That's a big part of it. If suicide masteries wasn't a thing, maybe it wouldn't be as important for all these champions to be immune. But yeah. They need pustules and pimple powers. Yeah, that's the second thing I look for. Beyond having immunities, though, I don't know what I look for next. I don't know if I necessarily look for anything in particular. Just if a champion's fun, if they feel powerful. BG, who do you consider your most important 5-star rank 5, meaning for basic content offense? Do you consider your go-to champ for offensive damage? Omega Red is the champion I use offensively the most. It's the champion I use for... I did use for virtually all of my Alliance War fights. I could use them in Alliance Quest, but I had different paths that needed different champions. For regular questing, yeah, Omega Red. Omega Red, number 1 most important, number 2 most important, Hyperion. Yo, BG in chat, what resources should I save up for Act 5? What champs can save me on resources? Champions that heal. Blade is probably Blade was probably the most common champion for Act 5 when Act 5 was first released. Tons of villains in there, and the fact that Blade heals is great for it. But there's a bunch of champions that can heal these days. If you run Suicides, Omega Red is fantastic. You do need to counter the biohazard node, you need at least bleed immunity for certain fights. Yeah, I don't know. Act 5. I think that's pretty much it. Like just really, if you can find a champion that is nice and sustainable with a good heal. Like Venom is actually a good example as well. He's lacking on the immunity side of things, but he can heal pretty well. I'll try to give an example here with an L1. If this guy will gain armor, there we go. So, back up to full yellow bar. So yeah, Venom would actually be pretty good. I remember there being some annoying Ant-Men in that quest. Archangel was pretty good for it. The most annoying boss in that quest was the Ultron at the end. If you have a good counter Ultron. I use Medusa personally, but I mean, Blade was also an effective solution. A bunch of others work pretty well for it too. If you run Suicides at all, Corvus. What's up, Donut Cop? Do you accept Banana Reapers for 4 Nana? No, there's no one is allowed in 4 Nana. It's just a solo alliance. If I add anyone, then I have a help button to deal with, and I don't want to have to deal with a help button. Wait, Venom has a heal? That's correct. If the opponent has a buff, and you eat that buff with the special one, he will heal 5% of his max health. And he can heal multiple times, actually. He can heal... It's only a chance. Sometimes you're not going to heal at all. But there's a chance on each hit of the special one, 3 hits total, that you will steal a buff from the opponent. Or eat a buff from the opponent, and you can gain, you know, up to 15% of your max health per special one. Venom's a beast. He's a beast. He's relatively tanky too. Like he has a pretty high base health pool. And the fact that Spider-Verse champions can't evade and everything. He's really good for general quest content. The armor break coming in handy sometimes. The bleeds. BG, why not join 4Wife and chill? Well, I think Four Wife still does Alliance Quest or something, right? I don't really know what they do, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, the whole reason why I left For Loki is I just can't commit to any kind of alliance activities. I'm not really I wasn't really looking for a more relaxed alliance or anything like that. I just, you know, to me, For Loki was a relaxed alliance. Sure, we had minimums. Sure, we did map 7 and did Alliance War. But all that stuff, like, I don't know, I'm used to doing all that stuff. But I just can't commit to Alliance Quest at the moment because of my schedule. So if I'm not going to be doing any Alliance Quest, then I'd rather just not even have a help button to deal with or anything, and yeah, just have my own alliance. It just seems like Hyperion is getting better and better every content that's coming out, basically. Yep. So glad I have him as a 5-star. What makes him age so well, BG? What ability is so valuable? Oh, I talk about Hyperion all the time. It's... the most important thing is probably the natural power gain that he has. As the opponents scale with attack, finding openings becomes more and more dangerous. You have to, you know, if you try to intercept, you could just get crushed by the opponent. If you have to block and bait out heavy attacks, well, you're taking a lot of block damage. Excuse me. But if you can get your openings by using a special with your natural power gain, and then get your next opening by baiting out a special or something like that, you don't really take that damage. So that's one thing. Plus, also, Despair at one point was broken in this game. It didn't work. Now it does work. So you can shut down all of the healing abilities in the game with spamming Hype Special 1. Certain nodes require you to have buffs that came out long after Hyperion was released, like Caustic Temper or Buffed Up. Or certain nodes you need Incinerate damage too, and just him having that in the special one. Certain nodes, certain things require armor breaking the opponent. He has that as well. He had a lot of natural. He just had a lot packed into his abilities for the time that he was released. You know, he was one of the earlier characters that had more than just like 2 lines in their profile. I mean, actually, technically, his profile is not even that long of a read compared to most champions still. But there's a lot packed in there. And you didn't really need all of the stuff that was packed in there when he was first released. But as time has gone on, these later nodes, you need some of that stuff. And he just has it. BG, please explain the damage given when Colossus parries. When he parries, if you do a heavy attack, it removes the stun off the opponent, which is fine, right? Because you don't need them stun if you're attacking them. And it gives yourself a Fury, and that Fury is based on the number of armor ups that you have. So the more armor ups you have, the bigger the Fury. But the opponent has to be stunned. If you just do a heavy attack, like let's say you bait out a special and it puts them in good position for you to do a heavy attack, you will not gain the Fury. So yeah, he's a little bit limited if you're fighting against a stun immune champion or something like that. Probably not going to have a good time. But he also is packed with immunities and everything. Where is it? Here we go. Well-timed blocks, 100% chance to gain armor up. If contact is made by basic attack, Colossus has a 100% chance to inflict a stun debuff. Well, yeah, never mind. It's basically... He basically has parry without needing to get parry. If Colossus has the parry mastery, his stun debuff is disabled, and instead a successful parry also deals some direct damage. Oh, I was wondering where that direct damage was coming from. I forgot about that line. Okay, here we go. Actually, this was what I was looking for, though. This heavy attack one. If the opponent has a stun debuff, Colossus' heavy attack have a 100% chance to purify the stun and grant a passive fury, increasing attack by blah blah blah, based on Colossus' armor for 3 seconds. So yeah, it's a lot of extra armor. I'm sorry, a lot of extra attack. And then there's also this top line up here. For special and heavy attacks, attack ratings increase by up to blah 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 based on Colossus armor rating. So it's kind of two of them stacking together. He can gain a lot of extra attack. Like 1,500 extra attack. Almost. Man, I should really think about, I guess it's too late now, but like I was kind of surprised at how useful Colossus was at the path that I was, like the second path I was doing today. I mean, I knew he was going to be good for itemless and stuff. It's part of the reason why I ranked him up, but I was a little bit surprised at how good he was. Like the space that he saved me on the team. It's pretty awesome, man. Being able to cover so many different nodes himself, and still get through the path like relatively quickly. That's gonna help. I gotta remember that I have him at my disposal now. PG, please explain how should I fight against Thing? Thing's a little bit complicated, man. It's gonna be tough without having like video example. He gains these rock stacks, and you want to get him to 15 rock stacks. So that way, whenever So that way, whenever he uses a special, it converts those rock stacks to furies. Instead of if you attack into him when he has 15, he'll just shrug off a few of them and go unstoppable. Yeah, it's kind of complicated, man. I'm sorry. There's probably some videos out there that are going to be able to do it better than I can just talking about it without any kind of on-screen representation. Will there be a lunar event next month with the gifting badge? Probably. I don't think they've announced anything yet, but in the past there have been. Decent damage on the L1. Basically, Bleed Champ is good for Thing. Sometimes they can be. I don't know. Bleed Champion, like, it's mixed because Thing's immune to bleed. So if a lot of your damage is coming from bleeds, you, like, I don't know. I sometimes rather use a champion that doesn't cause bleed, like Omega Red, and just deal with the rock stacks another way. It depends on the situation, really. Man, I remember when Phoenix came out, she was kind of annoying to deal with. I remember a lot of people having trouble with Phoenix. Not as much as other champions. Like when Mordo first came out, Mordo was probably like one of the earlier problematic champions I could remember. A lot of people got wrecked by Mordo. The whole like can't really parry concept, man, that was kind of mind-blowing at the time. But I do remember people having a problem countering Phoenix as well, like that heal. Sometimes get people. Who's your favorite champion? Venom the Duck. Second favorite, Man Thing. Now speaking of Mordo, there he is. Let's use Venom. People used to get destroyed by Dormammu. Oh yeah. Dormammu is still annoying on the right nodes, but people have gotten a lot better at fighting Dormammu over time. I remember Dormammu in, what was it, 5.3? There was a Dormammu in like every single one of the quests, right? And that was pretty annoying to deal with. But I mean, especially in War, before they changed the way Mystic Dispersion worked. Yeah, Dormammu was rough. Alright, 3 fights left in here, but I'm out of energy, so I'm gonna call it a night at that. So, how you feeling without suicides, Brian? Feels odd seeing you without them. I mean, it feels fine. I don't know. It's not like I never use suicides. But yeah, of course I'm using suicides more often than not. But it feels fine. It doesn't feel good or bad, just different, you know. You know who's the best Thing counter? Quake. Quake's pretty good against Thing, yeah. Slow debuff champs are good too. That's true. Slow against Thing. It's pretty helpful. Avery Lopez sending it over to you. Avery, thank you very much. Saying tips for not getting wrecked by those Dorm degens. You really have to change the way that you fight against Dormammu. I find doing 4-hit combos is a little bit of a sneaky tip for fighting against Dormammu. If you do a 4-hit combo and then dash back, it just sets you up for your next parry. Whereas if you do a 5-hit combo and if you dash back, there's a good chance you're going to trigger dexterity. And you know, you don't always have to dash back either. You could do a 5-hit combo into parry and stuff, right? But if you mistime that parry, then you find yourself having to dash back, triggering dexterity on yourself. It can just set you up a lot better if you do a 4-hit combo, dash back, give yourself that time to parry. And then yeah, I find just trying your best to parry against Dormammu rather than, like, even if you're trying to bait out a special, just parrying a bunch. You know, parry even if you don't attack. Parry, wait out the stun timer a little bit, dash back before the stun is up though, so you're again not triggering dexterity, and you know, getting yourself in position to parry again. Dormammu's not always going to throw his specials, right? So there's a reason why we bait specials the way we do with like dashing back and triggering dexterity and stuff. The enemy's much more likely to throw their specials that way. But as long as you're careful about not backing yourself up too much against the wall, sometimes the opponent will throw a special even if you're just doing like the parry, you know, just parrying over and over and over again. So that's some advice. There are certain champions that are just better at countering someone like Dormammu. Omega Red is someone that I use for the most part, because if you're getting a lot of your damage from spores and your heavy attacks, you don't need to push Dormammu's power meter as quickly as you do with other champions. Using power control champions was like the original counter to Dormammu. So someone like Magic, if you you don't have to worry about triggering dexterity and putting the degen on yourself if you're not giving the opponent any power, right? So if you can kind of get them locked down against the wall with your special too, you don't even have to get fancy. A lot of people would a lot of people playing Magic would I don't know if it's really called getting fancy or not, but I always saw it as being a little bit fancy of just intercepting and really locking the opponent down that way. Not even necessary. You could just bait out heavy attacks once you have them up against the wall. Take very minimal damage. You heal up most of that back with Limbo anyway, and very safe. But yeah, so power controlling champions or champions that just don't have to attack as frequently. Colossus would be another good example, since Colossus you can get most of his damage in through parry and heavies and stuff. And then there's other champions that either prevent the degen like Blade or take advantage of the degen like Gladiator Hulk. So it's a lot better counters these days. Little change to the playstyle, little change to the champions you bring, and you can crush Dormammu's. Oh, and one last tip, I guess. Just block the specials. It's a little bit hard to explain the best way to block his special one, because there's a way to kind of like block and then dash back so you don't have to take as much block damage. But honestly, Dormammu, he's not really known for dealing massive amounts of damage. You could just block the entire special one if you're not comfortable with doing like partial blocks and partial evades. You could just straight up just block his specials. The special 2 does hit harder than the special 1, but blocking it is likely going to be less damage than trying to evade it. And even if you successfully evade it, you're going to take the degen from triggering dexterity, you know? But yeah, hopefully those tips help. Thank you very much for the 2. I appreciate it. And on that note, I'm going to call it a night here, guys. Thanks for hanging out, as always. Been fun. Shark, if you're still in here, man, thank you so much for the super generous $45 that you sent over, dude. Very, very generous of you. There was some other super chats as well, so yeah, thank you very much. Everyone that sent over a little something. It's always appreciated. I could buy a whole lot of beans with $45, man. So thank you very much. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, normal time. I don't think I'm going to do item lists, but there's always a chance. I really shouldn't. I really should do adult-like responsibilities. But, yeah, I don't know. There's a chance. But, alright, anyway. Good night, everybody. See you all tomorrow.